A-level biology 9700, ninth paper 5 variant 2 February March 2025, question number 1. And question number 1 is: sand dunes are important ecosystem that are found in many regions of the world. Students, I'm not going to read the whole question because of the shortage of time, so I'm just moving towards the first question. First question, you can see figure 1.3 shows a biologist using a sweep net. So you can see the sweep net, how the biologist is using it. Now we reach to the figure 1.3, and 1.3 is the describe very simple question. You have to just uh, write the a method, which is a scientific method which the biologist used to uh, estimate the population size of the different organisms. But here in this case, they are estimating the population size of the gray bush cricket. So this is the very important method which they are used, which consists of few steps. So these few steps are: first of all, they mark the organisms. They mark they first of all, they capture. They will capture a population, then mark them. After marking, they will release them, and after releasing, they will recapture at some other time, and then they will estimate, counting to estimate population size. So we will describe these 3-4 steps. As first of all, they will capture the with sweep net, and mark them by and first of all, the capturing should be by the harmless way. By sweeping net is very important. You can say uh, proper method to collect the insects. So then, after the captured crickets would be marked with a by non-toxic small dot of paint, or you can see uh, clipping of side of leg. Release them, and then recapture the population by same method, and count the number of population organisms. Now you can see The recapturing can have other organisms which were not marked. So count them, all types, and estimate the population size. Student, this is very obvious. When they will recapture the organisms or these bush crickets, there will be the all those you can say, or some of them which were already marked on, they can change the area, so they are not present in the same area, or they will recapture all those organisms which were not marked, which were the new one in that area, or there can be some other types of organisms which do not belong to this species. They can be some other insect species. So these are the very simple methods which can be adopted by the scientist. So we are moving towards the next question, part B. And in part B, again, I'm not going to read the question. I'm simply going on the formula. You can see this is the formula, Simpson's index of diversity, which is used to estimate the population size. And you can see we are going to find the Simpson's index of diversity. And for this purpose, they have given us table 1.1, and they have given the some species, and number of those species has been given in this table. And the very simple formula is there. First of all, you know the capital N stands with 100. So when we collect all these species, it will be equal to 100. Now we have to divide this with the 8 by 100, 38 by 100, and then 3 by 100 to find this value. So we will divide all species number with the 100. So after doing this, it is equal to 0.08, and it is 0.38, it is 0.03, it is 0.02. I'm calculating it with the calculator. So you also calculate it with calculator. 0.03 and 0.09. So 0.20, and then 0.01, and 0.12, 0.04. Now we will take their square. So 0.08 square will be 0.0 0.0064, and then 0.1, and 0.03. Square of 0.03 is equal to 0.0009, and 0.02 square will be equal to 0.0004, and then 0.03 again, it will be 0.0009, and then after this it is equal to 0.0081, 0.04, and then it will be 0.0001, 0.0144, and 0.0016. Now we will take summation. Summation means we will add up all these values. We will add up all these values. After adding, the values are equal to 0.2172. 2172. Now we are moving towards the next part. That is, we have to find the diversity D. So for this diversity D, it will be equal to, I am writing it on one side. It will be equal to D is equal to 1 minus 0.2172. So D will be equal to 0.7828. So this is the value of D which we had to find out by calculating all this. This is very simple calculation, but you have to take care of while writing. There are so many zeros are involved in this calculation. So be careful when you are calculating. Now moving towards the next question. Again, I am not going in detail of the question. So I am directly going to part one. The biologists monitored the light intensity and temperature in the Great Dune ecosystem. Suggest two other abiotic factors the biologist would monitor during the 10-year period. So during the 10-year period, they monitored two other factors instead of temperature and light intensity. So the other can be the monitoring of the soil moisture content. How much water is present in the soil, whether this soil is applicable for that ecosystem, whether it is, you can say, for different processes or for the growth of the plants. So soil moisture content can be the one factor which you can, so conservation, you can say water availability is a key limiting factor. So water percentage in the soil, without water nothing can take place. So then other nutrient level in the soil, and if the soil is deficient in nutrients, so plants will not grow. So to you can say to manage the national parks and to maintain biodiversity of the organisms or the plants, so it is necessary to check the soil moisture uh, and nutrient level in the soil. So these are the two factors. And the next factor is describe a method. Again, I'm not going in detail, but your method should be set out. You have to ask the method, investigate changes in the species of the plants, the Great Dune during the 10-year period, and the conservation practices were introduced. Your method should be set out in a logical order and a detailed enough to allow another person to follow it. Details of how to calculate the Simpson's index of diversity. So index of diversity. So this is of 7 marks. So describe how to calculate. How to calculate, details of how to calculate Simpson index of diversity should not be included. So we are starting generally how it takes place. Moving towards this question. So uh, actually, first of all, we have to write about the method to investigate changes in plant species diversity. So I think there are different steps which should be taken to do this. First of all, we have to select to establish baseline data. First of all, this purpose, the first step should be as select the area area near to gray dune ecosystem as a sample area. So first of all, we have to choose the sample area or the location, and then we can use the method. We have to collect the samples over this area. So the quadrate rate sampling method can be used to, to collect and count the samples. So for this purpose, you can use the scale frames of 1m into 1m to place on sample area. And then secondly, identify the plant species and count them. There will be different species of plants will be there to count on different areas of sampling. And then you can see, repeat the same procedure after every year. For about 10 years. Always use the same methodology and number of samples. After identification, count the number of species and collect the data. Collect and manage the data. Collect and manage the data, and then calculate diversity index and compare the calculated diversity. So by the this following method, consistency over the 10-year period, the biologists can gather quantitative data to assess the impact of conservation practices on the plant species diversity of the Great Dune ecosystem. So after comparing the diversity index, the species composition over time will reveal whether the conservation efforts are leading to an increase, decrease, or stabilization of plant biodiversity. So student, it was all on your demand. I have chosen this paper. Please uh, like, share, and subscribe my channel for more videos for your exams. Thanks for watching.